Okay, 7th graders. To get to solving inequalities, let's go back and review what an inequality means. What this word inequality means, okay? We've been working with equations that are equal on both sides. An inequality is a sentence that says one side is greater than or less than, or greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to the other side. So they're not equal. All right? And that means that when we get a solution, the solution has to be graphed in order to show the answer. Because the answer could be, in this case, if n is greater than 5, the answer could be any number that is to the right of 5 on the number line. In other words, there's an infinite number of answers. Numbers go on forever, don't they? So every number that's to the right of 5 on the number line is a possible answer to the inequality. So we can't stop at this solution, we have to graph it at the end. Okay? So, how would we solve this? Well, first of all, when you're solving an inequality, just to get to this part of the solution, you solve it the same way you solve any other equation. You treat this like an equal sign. So you divide this in half again. So everybody do that. Write this one down. 5n minus 2 is greater than 23. And you still divide this into two sides. And then solve it for n. So what would we do first? Roy?
We do plus positive 2, and then you do it to the other side, and then that's 25. And then
so 5n plus 0 is on this side.
Yep.
25 is on the other side. We have our variable term on one side. Emily, pay attention. Are you writing this down?
We do 5n divided by 5.
Yep.
Which equals n. And then you do 25 divided by 5, which equals 5.
Right. Now, what we do is, instead of writing the equal sign, you write whatever inequality symbol is there.
Oh.
Okay? We write this as our solution. N is greater than 5. And then you know what the graph already looks like. Okay? If it said n is greater than or equal to 5, how would that look different? What if this was the symbol? We would use this symbol if that's the original symbol in the equation. How would that graph look different? Yep. We would use a solid dot. So you draw a number line, mark where 0 is, use a solid dot, which means that 5 is included in the solution. So n could be 5, because 5 is equal to 5. And we have the equal sign as part of the symbol. And then n is greater than or equal to. So we have to also draw the arrow or shade that way it's called. Okay? Cole and then Jen.
Will that shading in and not shading in be on the quiz?
No. We're going to practice today and tomorrow on these. Okay? Is that your question too?
Can you go
Tyler? I suppose. Jen?
Is there an assignment in the book or is it a worksheet?
It's in the book.
Okay. What's in the book?
Your assignment for tomorrow. Okay, now, there's another rule when we're solving these, and I want you have to write down another rule. One more rule when you're solving this. Okay? Here's the rule. when you get to the end, to this step right here, and if you see that you have to multiply or divide by a negative number, or if you look in the beginning and you see that the coefficient of the variable is negative, the number in front of the x is negative, then at the end, you're going to have to reverse the sign. Okay? When the coefficient is negative, you reverse the sign. You have to do that in order to get to get the correct solution. You just have to switch it from the greater than sign to the less than sign. Does anyone wonder why?
No.
You don't have to know why. You just have to do it in order to get the correct solution. Okay? The reason you do is that if you were to pick a number on the side, you don't get the right solution if you keep the sign the same way. Basically, since the opposite of x will be greater than this number, then the positive x will be less than that. Okay?
Can you go send it?
So you have to reverse the sign whenever the coefficient is negative. All right? So let me give you some examples of this. I'm going to write down some equations, and you tell me if you have to reverse the sign.
Yeah.
Okay? Would you have to reverse the sign on this one?
No.
Yeah.
Is the coefficient negative?
Yeah.
So what you have to do is you have to find the term, and if it's negative, you have to reverse the sign at the end. Okay? Reverse the sign, right? How about this one? Let's see. Three over 4.
No. Don't reverse.
Don't reverse the sign.
Why is it equal?
Sorry. Greater than or equal to. Would you need to reverse the sign?
No.
No. Because this is positive. So at the end, you would keep the sign pointing the same direction. Okay? How about this one?
I know. Yes.
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 Happiness is a truth. Wait,
Careful.
no,
Careful.
no. Oh, I know why. I know why.
Jen?
Because when you multiply 2 times negative 2 times negative 3, it's positive.
Oh my gosh, no way.
I'm so smart.
Yes.
I couldn't even, all I saw is negative 3,
Yep.
so I said, oh,
Yeah, same. I'm so smart.
Yep.
I would see the negative
Positive.
2.
So you would keep the sign pointed the same way. Okay? One more.
Okay, can you like not yell?
Be careful on this one. Don't yell.
You're screaming, right?
Exactly. There's a difference.
What was the question?
No.
There's not even a negative. Wait.
Wait, yeah, wait, no.
No.
Wait, yeah,
Me
wait,
too.
no. Wait, yeah, wait,
Yes.
no. This way I'm not wrong.
That's a trick question.
Yes.
Of course
Alright?
you will.
What you'd have to do is you'd have to solve it.
yeah.
And
Did you have
when you get to the end, listen, when you get to the end, remember there's two ways that we could solve this. We could put the x terms on this side, and then the x is going to be negative, right?
Yeah.
Or we could solve it and put the x signs on this side, and the x will be positive. So if we do that, if we add negative 4x,
I was right. I said yes.
hold on,
Yeah,
then we have positive 2x is greater than 8.
I know.
so then you win.
God
And
is
then
so
we'd have to,
Divide by 2.
and then we'd have to divide by 2,
not half.
4.
and 4. Now, one of the things you have to remember is that you have to keep the numbers on the correct side. You can't put the 4 over here and the x over here. Okay? When you're solving inequalities, the sides that you're on matter. Wherever the numbers are, you have to keep them there. You have to keep the variable on the side that it's on. So if 4 is greater than x, right? And you would not have to reverse the sign. But if you solve this differently, if you did, let's see, let me just erase this way, and let's see if we get the same solution. So if we add negative 6x, we have negative 2x plus 8 is greater than 0, but then we'd have to move this number over here. So now negative 2x is greater than negative 8. And now do we have to reverse the sign? Yes, we would. Because whenever you multiply or divide by a negative at the end, you have to reverse the sign. Divide by negative 2. So x is less than 4. Okay? Now, class, look at these two solutions. Are they the same?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No, because the sign is flipped.
But the number is also flipped.
Whoa.
Yeah,
what's
what?
this?
I was right. It's right.
When you graph this, would the graph look the same? You have to graph this. Whoops.
Go.
So, how do we graph this solution? Ariana? That's, oh, okay. Brett?
So you would have,
Mark 0.
An open dot.
Open dot
yeah,
at
open dot, and then the
At
arrow
4.
is facing. Huh.
Now, if 4 is greater than x,
Then it's up, going to the right.
4 is greater than x. Now, here's what you can remember about graphing, and this is why I wanted to show you this example, okay? When the variable is written first in the solution, in the inequality, then you can shade the same direction as the arrow is pointing. Okay? So, this arrow is pointing to the left, and that means we can shade to the left. Alright? Since the arrow is pointing left, this arrow is pointing to the less than side. It's pointing this way. Okay? That means that we can shade that way. Now, if the number is written first in the inequality, then you have to shade the opposite way, don't you? Or you'd have to rewrite it so that the variable is written first, and then you can shade the same direction as the arrow is pointing. But if you rewrite it, you have to turn everything around. You have to say x is less than 4 then. If I'm talking to you about this, you shouldn't be talking. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So this one, the x is less than 4, so the x is written first, the variable is written first in the sentence, and in this one the number is written first in the sentence. If it's written this way, you cannot shade the same direction as the arrow. If it's written with the variable first, then you can shade the same direction as the symbol is pointing.
Yeah.
Is everybody clear on that?
Yes.
All right. Questions? Daria.
So you can only color it in one direction.
Yeah, not quite. Nate.
So if there's a negative at the beginning of a problem, let's just say
Stop
it's
talking. Listen
negative
to me.
x plus 8, and then it has a like alligator. Do you change it right away?
Like eating alligator.
You know how to
This is my
Oh,
sounds like
okay.
this. Yeah.
So,
I know what you mean.
listen. As long as the alligator is eating the number, you can shade the same direction as,
But there's two numbers on both sides.
no, there's an X on one
No,
side.
I'm talking at the beginning. Do you switch it at just at the beginning, or you just?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it with the alligator in the explanation.
Didn't you teach
All right.
the alligator?
Because the alligator can either eat the symbol or the variable or the number. All right.
I used to dots. The bigger numbers
Um,
dots.
What you have to do is you have to look for, if the variable is on the left, then you can shade the same direction as the arrow is pointing. Okay? If the number is on the left, then you cannot. It has to be written with this as the subject, basically, if you think of it as a sentence.
That would be flipped around if it was negative 4x.
It was -4. Nope, if you switch it whenever, at the end, so at the end of the problem, the last step was to divide by negative, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you have to do that, and you have to divide by a negative number, because the coefficient is negative, then you have to reverse the sign. Brett?
Can you give us our assignment now?
Yes, but I'm gonna answer questions.
No.
Any other questions on this problem? I want everybody to pay attention to the questions because it's very important that you all have a clear understanding of this. Roy?
Is this what our assignment is on?
Yes. That's what I'm teaching.
No,
I'm going to give you an assignment, so if you have,
I'm just postponing him.
so that you have more to do. Homework.
What were you
He's
gonna
he's trying to trigger friends.
Turn to page 379.
Call this.
379. Start at number 9. Negative 2x minus 1 is less than 11. Negative 2x minus 1 is less than 11. Would we have to reverse the sign in this one?
Yeah.
Yep. This is negative. So at the end, once you solve it, you have to reverse it. Reverse the sign. Okay? Number 11. Notice you are giving the odds ones. 2.1 minus 0.6y is greater than or equal to 0.9. Would you have to reverse the sign in this one?
Yes.
Find the coefficient.
Yes, you would.
Would you have to reverse the sign in this one, Tyler?
No.
Where's the coefficient?
Smart.
Oh wait, yes.
Yep. So it's plus negative 6y, that's the only variable term. So we're not gonna have to add or do anything to this variable term, except we have to divide by a negative at the end to solve it. So we will have to reverse the sign at the end. Okay? Do 9 and 11, and then do 17 and 22. Okay, solve and graph. Solve and graph. That's 9.